Good evening. Or whatever it is, wherever you are. Yeah, and good evening indeed. We did a bunch of fuel plants last time, so I think we can set up some generators to run that while we fiddle around with all the turbo fuel stuff. Gonna have to try and do a little bit of a space allocation on that front. Assume we're gonna. Wait, did you find a problem, or did you just try something a little bit too big? I think I've got a couple every 30 hours. I mean, it actually is filling up. At some point here, we're gonna have to think about possibly letting that shred. I figure those will probably be like another 100,000 points or something. 1.9 parts per minute, so I mean, that should only be a little bit more than 15 of these. Restarting. Yeah, more than half a box. I mean, how restarting? Is this like what to smelt first? Or like reinforced plates versus copper cable or something? I mean, that's still pretty basic copper. Oh, well, if you destroyed everything, you've got all the raw materials, so you're not gonna need, hopefully, materials to build anything. So you don't necessarily need the prerequisites for stuff. It might be comforting to a certain extent. If you're late game, I don't need project parts for a bit. Huh. Well, you probably... Did you have it, everything unlocked? Okay. Did you have, like, an end objective in restarting, or just, like, this is a mess, I need to reorganize? Was there a particular part you were working towards? You know, that might kind of let you work backwards from there or forwards from there. All right. Speaking of calculators. Oh, I might need some machines to look at here. Yeah, the progression does kind of give you an order to do things. I mean, maybe if you have an idea what you want to do in different areas, you can kind of start building up those mines and materials. I may actually have to go back out there to look at rates of things. Well, yeah, I mean, like, if you decide you're going to, I don't know, use your, like, this area. I don't know if I really have a good, like, focus area here. Like, I got some steel over there, I got some steel over there. I kind of ended up doing heavy frames. There's got a lot of iron in this area, so if you had some iron-heavy stuff, you might... Okay, well, I mean, yeah, you've laid out a factory zone. You know, like I'm turning the one Fungal Valley. It's kind of well, it's a mix of the power plant and other stuff. If I was starting from scratch, maybe you want to say one oil area is going to be a power plant, and one area is going to be a production area. I don't know if I quite want to commit to doing that at this point, but. I guess. Oh, actually, you've got one big area, so you're probably bringing all your raw materials in. So it's not like you have this area of the map is such and such, and that area of the map is something else. But yeah, if you've got raw materials coming in, starting from the first steps there will let you work from. Okay, we've got this much iron ore, this much copper ore, this much limestone. We need to set up the processing for all that, and that gives us a rate of the next material in. We need some kind of processing for that stuff. Okay, so you're not doing all the materials right now. This is still just your local stuff. Yeah, so 2 pure iron, 1 pure copper. It's a pretty good base. Limestone. 3 pure coal, yeehaw. So you could definitely... Oil power plant. Oh, and oil, okay, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you'll need power to run everything, so a power plant is not necessarily a bad place to start. 2 pure oil, nice. So when I see lots of iron and lots of coal, one of the things and lots of limestone, one of the things I think of is like steel and steel beams. And then with the copper, you can start like doing some motors and things off of that too. But yeah, you're going to need power to run it. Well, so you've got 3 coal and 2 iron, so you're going to have excess coal for the moment anyway. That's another possible source of power. Let's see, what I was looking at. I was looking at my fuel production rate, which was... So we had... pure, 2 normal, and then the 1 impure. So oil, that's like 240. That's 4/6. That's 4. So 160 there, 160 from the other, and then the 60 becomes 40. 3 pure oil. Ooh. Nice. Or we just add up 240 plus, well, it's not no 240 effectively, plus 60 is 540 total oil, times 2/3 is 360 fuel. Oh, that's tough to say. You almost need to know what your demands are in terms of materials and power. So we have a total of 360. That seems to match about what I was thinking. And then I've forgotten what it is. Unfortunately, I think I need to actually fire it up to see. I think it's something like 15 a minute. 15 a minute, 14 a minute. Well, it's 15. It's gonna be 24. Well, yeah. If you're rebuilding, you're gonna be kind of ramping up anyway. You're gonna take that down from materials too. And that's before, if turbo fuel has the same effect as compacted coal of just making it burn longer. Although you also get less of it. So maybe that won't be too bad. But it should still, I would probably still expect it to run more power plants to actually generate more power. Oops. Ah. Wow. So you just spend all your time chopping down trees? Or are you using all the organs and stuff to fuel that? Actually, one thing I never got into was the biofuel. I mean, maybe that lets you use it in fuel generators with chop down trees. Okay. I mean, because biomass tends to be a finite resource, although I've got a backup of it. Not running, just backup. Okay. I never really consider using it for anything important. Okay, so a brand new fuel generator is blank. Just to say the usage rate does depend on the fuel. 60 smelters. You mean construct burners? Okay. Oh, yep, it's 15 per minute. This graph seems weird in that front, because it seems like that would be going much faster than 15 per minute. Alright, so that says off our straight fuel, we can do... Alright, yeah, we left this on plastic because our rubber was backed up. I think our rubber is still backed up. Yeah, it's still backed up. So that's 24 without considering, because we don't yet know, what the effective turbo fuel is going to be. So I guess we start with 24 and see what happens. Let's see. Nope, I can't open up the menus while I'm in tube here. Alright, so the extra refinery there, we're checking rates. Power. Fuel generator. Oh, nope. Fuel generator. That's a whole lot of missing stuff. Okay, rubber. I've got a whole box of rubber out there. I do have some quick wire in the area, so that I can probably siphon some off. That's an unusual one. I've got computers in that area. Heavy modular frames and motors are really only here. I don't really know if I have quick wires. Well, as long as I'm here, I might have some of these boxes. I probably got some backed up quick wire down at that end too. And some rubber, but I've got plenty of rubber. Question. I don't think there's a point in overclocking it beyond 300 because the pipes can only move 300. So if it's pure, not very much. You could probably get a lot more out of the lesser ones in terms of their base values. Yeah, I think the base production buildings are probably the most interesting thing to overclock for me because you spend more power, but you can also, well, you can go set up more of them somewhere, but that would involve possibly long distances and building whole new stuff. Oh man, we're really starting to burn through our motors here. Well, actually, some of the motors I had may have been for the... I didn't know how many I started with. And for the oil. This might be more than one trip. Okay, and that's once again maybe like all of my frames. I think I can get the rest of that stuff out there. Five refineries for fuel. You said... Oh, right. If you boost... What is that? Boosting one of them? To get 5? Okay. Yeah, because I was doing about 4 for a pier, so that seems... Yeah, that sounds about right. Actually, that does work out kind of nice. Because the 24 is 4 times, and then 300 is 6 times. Or 5 times. 60. Yeah, and that whole power plant on the other side, that's just one standard clocked pure oil node that I'm using that. I've got a little bit of using residue from one of the rubber plants too, but that was more to pay for its own power than for actual power generation. I really should check down if there's a cave down there sometime. It might just be a detail in the rocks. I'm always zooming by. It's as far as I can tell, it's a byproduct of fuel production. I'm turning mine into rubber over here because I think I might need some rubber later on. But at this point, I'm just shredding it. I don't think looking at the thing tells you what it's used for. Yeah. Yeah, you could just shred it directly. I think you get a little bit extra points credit for it, but if you've sunk power into producing something. But mainly plastic and rubber, with refinery and water and all the power that goes along with that. And there might be some alternate recipes for that too. Actually, there is. I've run across one recipe where you just basically make both liquid and solid residue. And maybe for my coke operation that would actually be useful. But I have not picked that one up yet. One thing I've done with it is for jetpack fuel, I've turned it into plastic to make containers to package the fuel, but I've still got a splitter off to the sink for when that backs up. Alright, I'm not going to be able to carry all of these materials at once. Let's got my other motors. I'm really full here. Let's try and get some of this other stuff out of here. Your kind of consumable stuff too. Oops. Let's see. Some of that. All the coal coke. I don't know if I had I don't know if I had compacted coal over here, unless I dropped some from that I was carrying around. Probably just resort this stuff so I have like just all my construction materials somewhere. Alright, alright, let's take some of this stuff. Given all of the other materials that I'm going to need. Oops. No, I've got a place for limestone. I probably am going to need some concrete at some point here. Because I think I'm going to have to build it over the water. Alright. So I have the rubber. Yeah, like that entire container is rubber. We had some in the box, too. I just looked that up. It's 15 per minute. Standard rate, of course. But I'm pretty sure with power, it's like it produces less power per unit when you overclock. So I would just build more generators, space and material allowing. Yeah, I think I read somewhere that if you like underclock a generator, it actually like improves its efficiency because that kind of scales the other way. But that I don't really know if I wanted to play with that. All right, I'm not looking at exact ratios here, but these seem to be, judging from the 1200, like there's a fair amount per. Well, I guess I can kind of see the percentage, so we're a little bit short on motors right now. And actually, we've got about as much quick wire as we could take, so we might want to bump our computers up, and we can get several here. I do not have a direct line over there. Ah, yeah. Yeah, if you had a nicer number that way. About sliding. Of course, now we're going to be going uphill. For generators, I'm about to face that same question. My other plant, I was going by the space of the island, so it ended up being like 2.5 rows of like a couple on either side of a pipe. So I guess just like physical layout, then yeah, a couple on either side of a pipe seems to be the most straightforward layout. But maybe you can find something better, especially given what space you're working with. Alright, so that is the computers. I do not have a large buffer on computers. Well, I don't need many. Given that they're more compact, maybe I could try and grab them, though. Yeah, and that gets us pretty much there. Yeah, slow down at just the right time, you can do the direct jump. Oh, so that I didn't necessarily want this. Well, I have a pipe from here to there, so sure. Nice. Yeah, I've never quite figured out what to do with Discord. I guess I'm just not that... That's not too naturally of a social media person, but... If you think there's something to talk about, give it a go. Like, discuss factory designs or something. Alright, so I think... And maybe an overview would be another good thing here. Yeah, I don't like doing floors with fluids because of the pumps, but I may in fact have some space issues here. Alright, current thinking is, we've got the fuel over here. I've got the coal over there. We're going to bring sulfur in. I forgot about the other sulfur. If we brought the other sulfur in, it would come in on that side. So right now, it's all more proximal to here. That stuff would come in over here. That kind of puts it on opposite sides. Which kind of says over this way for the actual generators, in case we need to do production here, and maybe, you know, it might get brought around to here. So we're really thinking more this side, and we'll have production over here, and if this gets brought down, actually that might kind of work out anyway. So over here, I've already got like kind of my coal plant here. I've got this coke plant, and I think these generators here are a little bit falling out of favor anyway. And I didn't really want to go out over the void because it's just a dangerous place to work. Although I'm kind of covering my water resource here, so there's that. That's a little bit safer. And it's actually that's not too far from where I've got the other concrete plant too. It'll be a long haul for the fuel pipes right now, but I think I'm eventually going to want some processing in this area, and if I could find enough sulfur for it, that's going to be quite a lot. I am not near a power pole right now, but I think it's about, what is it? I'm forgetting the units. Is it 6 gigawatts? Is that the right unit? 1,000 megawatts. Yeah, megawatts is the base unit, right? Yeah, it's the 6,000 of whatever they report power in. Roughly. Yeah. 6325 megawatts, and we solved our fluctuating problem at the end of the last one. Now, I don't remember exactly how that breaks down in terms of what's coal and what's fuel. I mean, I've only got so many fuel plants, so I think it's like 10, and then like 2 more, you know, kind of covering power for the other thing. And they're, what, 150, so that's 12. Yeah, that's still a lot of coal. Ew. Yeah. Alright. So this is in an area we're already doing some power. I've actually got a little bit of an overlook here. Well, one of the things, I mean, I wanted to play with this, but one of the things I still have to do is just to see how the nuclear system works. And that's what, like 2 gigawatts each or something? No, 2,500. 2,500 megawatts. I don't know how dealing with the waste is going to work. Alright, so we've got a lot of stuff over here, plus we've got our miners, we've got more power stuff up against that beach. We've got our limestone supply over here. Oh, well, I guess that works. I haven't really thought about what to do with that yet. Actually, the limestone, the concrete is right there. We have a small lift on our fuel production. We don't want to lift it anymore. Well, I don't want to lift it through so I can have walking space. So being relatively close to water level is probably going to be nice. Oh, that's right. And had the jetpack on. Well, for leveling, I probably do want this. What does a deep one look like? Well, if I go out into the water, you can actually get a halfway decent height, I guess. I may have to go raid my main base concrete for this. I have not done hardly anything with concrete building yet. And I think this is actually not very much compared to a power plant. Yeah, it takes up about a 3x3 by itself. So this is effectively one row right now. So this might be a lot more space than I was initially hoping. And the concrete is definitely not lasting. Alright, so I think one thing I might need to do is just have a bridge over there because I got my other little concrete plant. I'm not going to get there right now. I might actually have to bring in some concrete for this. It has, so far, not been an issue. Okay, so you're the limestone. Maybe I should have a buffer here. So you're going into there, over there, so I don't have a good place for that right now. I guess we could do it up here. Not the most convenient to access. Actually, I could probably stack that other box, huh? Why is it locking there? I guess it's just because it's blocked out. Yeah. Yeah. If you take your storage out for something, then you find you need it. What? Oh, we lost some height doing that. Well, that's a problem. Well, I guess we go right back to... Right back to you. So that will be able to produce as much as it can. Then we build over here and get some more. Well, I guess I could have used the walkways for this part, but we think we're going to have to cover a lot of this anyway. Well, it's going to come right next to the concrete. Actually, that might be in my adventuring set. And I'm out of concrete. It's like everything I grabbed from over there got me across the pond. Ah, do you have the, one of the area mods? Area actions, Yeah, this supply might be insufficient. Are there other supplies that I have not developed? Well, that might not be enough to help me right now, but... There's one over there. That's about it. Yeah, that's kind of in between some of our stuff. Oh, where are you? Oh, yeah, there's a big limestone thing here. I'm using this for my steel beam plants. I don't know that I stored any concrete there, though. But it's a place I could look if I was going back that way anyway. I could have gone up and taken the tube here. Oops. Alright, is this... Nah, that's kind of in between the two spots here. I'm surprised there's no critters here. Well, I guess it's right next to this, so... Probably enough to push them back. Amelia of the Sea. Emilio? Amelia of the Sea? In terms of pronunciation. How's it going? Are you doing satisfactory tonight or something else? Ooh, what am I? Oh, right, the miner. I got a little nook here. And this is still production. Nope, other one. Where do I want to put this? Let's see. So, right now, my tubes are going up there. I might almost want a short tube jump up here if I have to grab a lot. Which kind of says something like that. What are you? Yeah, regular old... Actually, that's... Yeah, regular old limestone. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to have anything in range here. Oh, he's even got a spot too. And I wasn't even thinking about where the box would go. This one I've got one for, I think, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I use a regular calculator, so using a satisfactory calculator wouldn't be... Oh, jeez. If 30 broke it, why do you think 1,000 would work? I might need to... Well, no, if I do the tube, then... Is that too long? Not sure if that's locking on or I just can't do it from this angle. That might be locking on. Oh, psh. And now I see the error of my ways. Alright, that's producing. It's not going to produce very much yet. I'm probably gonna have to go get some others. Ah. Yeah, I think I might have seen this before. Yeah, it actually graphs everything out. Well, this is still my first game, so I'm still exploring the map. Oh no, actually I put the box down here. Well, we got some. We'll see how long that lasts us. I should probably do some thinking about how long this needs to be. So if our immediate goal is 24, we've got 2 source pipes. They're unequal, but maybe we can do some balancing. So if we do 2 double-sided rows, it's 4 rows, so that would be 6 plants each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Assuming everything was perfectly packed, that would be as far out as we would go. Oh! Hello, Mercer Sphere. Or slug. It's a purple slug at that. Just for going out in the middle of a lake. Admittedly, I've been around this area for a long time and I've never gone out here, so I guess kudos. So one thing I'm not sure about is if I'm going to need extra space for the pipeline. Oh, actually, this was from shore. We're probably going to want to be out from shore a little bit. Probably at least that much. Alright, so if we do this as a pipe... and I see, I was thinking, because I was building this way, that it would go that way, but... Right now our pipes are that way. You need 20,000 megawatts for 20,000 fuel a minute. Oh, okay. I guess that is kind of a interesting little ratio. Oh, yeah, it's 15 per minute. Or they take 15 per minute to produce 150, so it's like 10 per... Yeah, I'd have to think through all the ratios of the actual production. Yeah, that's the generation side, but... Well, yeah, it's 40 megawatts to make 40 units, so that makes sense. You know, minus the pumping overhead and stuff. Do I actually want to run them this way? Let's see. So from those, we take it over and down. If we then process it through... some turbo fuel, maybe. I wish I could see this build on here. It looks like this is probably going to be around here. I was originally thinking more out this area, actually. This is kind of the current end of my platform. So this might... and we have the cross there. Alright, I was thinking kind of over here. Because in case we brought some sulfur in there. What does that mean? Well, that means this much distance is going to be about one... Oh. Sorry for the spoiler. It's kind of high tech, but yeah. Yeah, well, I think I know what tree it's up, and it's probably going to involve another one. If you want to know. Oh, well, there you go. Oh, well, it is easy to miss all these icons down here, but you will find that at least one of them is missing on yours, so you do have to unlock it. So if we've got about that distance for what we want to call one row. Or I guess I could do one really long row. No, I'm going to need two pipes anyway. Maybe I use this as platform, head out this way some more, and kind of do a block out here. And leave this space for possible refineries. I'd have some room over there if I needed it. How's our concrete looking, though? Not too great. I guess just having a little bridge across here might not be kind of handy anyway. Four-level platform. That whole lake on the desert, spanning that whole lake on the desert starting area. Okay, I don't know the area real well. because that's like kind of on the edge of my territory. I didn't start there. But yeah, I know there's some lakes out there. I have a feeling it's out here somewhere, so it might possibly be this lake? That would be the biggest lake, and I think they were kind of around this area. That's an iron. There's an iron copper here. I didn't mark everything in this area, just what I kind of ran across when I was out exploring. Oh, and we're out. Oh, we have used up all of our surplus limestone. Yeah, well, I'm trying to keep it low because of the cost of lifting water, or well, liquids. So it's going to be fuel in this case. Well, that's some. Oh yeah, I mean, you have space management problems with what you've got, and then you realize, oh, wait, I can actually, like, for me, it was one of the realizations, oh, each of these mines can run 2 smelters, and each of those smelters, in some cases, can run multiple other machines, so we just have to rebuild everything. That was one of the early ones. And I think one of my first iron lines still has not been rebuilt based on that. I just never really needed it. Wait, is it down there or not? Okay, that's the ghost. I'm going to run into water plants over here, so I don't even know if this is necessarily going to make a perfect little bridge over here. And that would be a no. We've got some space over here. I don't know if it's really gonna work out nice. That kind of helps connect that. Actually, I've got fancy stuff, don't I? I mean, that probably would work, but... I guess that'd technically be ramp converted, wouldn't it? Okay. Alright, no. Alright, so we've got all of that. We were thinking more over in this area, perhaps. And we perfectly used it. Concrete. Well, we spent a little bit of time talking there. I can see what we've got on this new one. But I'm probably going to have to run back to my original base and just load up. Yeah, some. Actually, I guess this would have been in closer to the end you want to build on? Maybe that wouldn't be a bad line. Alright, we wanted to take... So if we take down around here... Da. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That puts me around there. I've used up most of the space on the shore here, and there's probably places I could probably find a place, just somewhere around this crater. But I've got a lot of my other production here. Like some of the oil stuff is coming in here. I've built out a lot on this beach. I've got some stuff down here. If I went up, yeah. So most of the I've built on most of these easily accessible spots here. I guess I went up a level, I could find something, then I'm having to pump fluids up. So I just need building space. Alright, so if we build on this end, somewhere around 24 fuel generators. Let's see, so actually I want to keep this straight. Well, that's roughly what my calculations say the fuel production I just built will do. And it will probably be more, depending on how good turbo fuel is. Because we're essentially going to get however much value out of the coal and sulfur that goes into that. Yeah, there is a, it's like questions.satisfactorygame.com or something like that. They're like Q&A site. That takes both questions and suggestions, so you can probably find a thread on that vein somewhere on there to add your vote to. Yeah, I think that's part of the theme. Land on a beautiful alien world and tear it apart for all of its tasty natural resources. Oop, a little bit short. Alright. Other question I never answered. And I might want some perspective here. I must want to rethink where that is, but so that will be on the platform. I might need to at least do the test where I can get both of them on. So if we do that. Yeah, actually, the some of these later buildings essentially give you an observation tower. So that looks like it will probably have enough space to run the tube down. Or rather, thinking of it as 3s per will give you enough extra space. I don't yet know if I want them in this orientation, but it might not really matter, so it's probably as good as anything. Whoop, missed. Ah, here we go. Maybe it would be better to kind of zigzag here. Let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Getting a little bit hard to get the alignment. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I didn't pay attention to how many parts I brought, but it seems to be enough for about half. I didn't pay attention to how much... Yeah, I'm not going to do any piping right now. Alright, I know this area produces a lot of concrete. Yeah, a little bit. I don't know if I made a concrete buffer for it. There's the beams, there's the beams, there's the beams. We've got some coming down from there. We've got... Okay, a little pipe storage. I don't think I took concrete anywhere. Yeah, it's a big map. All right, so limestone. This is like I'm bringing some down from above. I could check if I've got one up there, but like this is where the actually this is yeah. I think I bring everything into here. And then I've already got, well, I mean, probably for flow rate reasons, I was doing a two-way split here. And I never ended up, actually, yeah, this is a place I never fully developed the rest of the split here. I ended up tapping some of those for some stuff. Well, maybe I want to put you off to the side just in case I ever want to build that. I don't have to worry about moving all the concrete. Kind of an awkward spot, though, because we've got the hill here. Oh, there we go. However, well, yeah, that's not going to help me right now. Welcome back. Yeah, so this mess down here is where I started. So the overall level of organization might be a bit more familiar. I guess you can't get a really good look at it from here. I don't know if I want to do a take all here, but I didn't pay attention to how much I went through building the first bit. I guess that's not too far off, is it? Yeah, so this area has like these pure. No, they're just normals. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the maybe the cramming everything together would be a bit more comfortable in like Factorio or something. So yeah, these are all 60s, so they all go to 2 smelters. This one does go to 2 smelters, but I don't think that I think that some of the things outside of these smelters in this first line are still like horribly inefficient. As long as I'm here, I might need some belts here and there. I try to use the most appropriate conveyor for what I'm doing, and then generally I start with level 1, and if I need to move faster, I go faster. I do have a reinforced iron plate assembly back here, which was originally I expected to be more of that, but I tend to use them in spots, and in many cases I actually need to go to like an even higher tier belt. So yeah, early on they're at a premium, which is kind of why I said I'm not using this place. We're going to make a reinforced plate plant, and I have not yet built it out into anything else. But if I need to do T2 belts, I'm pretty well set up. I mean, I actually used that in a few places. Like when I got to my first Kateria mine, it's on a little island, and I just built a belt down there. Yep, missed. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That way works much easier. In fact, what I might be able to do. I missed one? Yeah, I missed one. Yeah. You do have to... You have to jumpstart most power systems. And the more advanced you get, kind of the more jumpstart you need. For the coal plant, sometimes you can find a coal node around. And that's the one reason I've considered getting the thing that lets you craft biomass into coal. Or you just set up some biomass generators to jumpstart it. Get the initial production going of whatever it's taking. Okay, so I actually did take too much concrete there. Ah. But maybe we'll need it for something else. Alright, now I need to put that somewhere. Very shiny. And actually, I might need to do a little bit more... Well, tanks will probably take some copper stuff. Alright, so I did not connect to that, I connected to this, connected to that. Actually, no, oh, this is my other little area. Well... I am not going to line up nicely with that dock. And that might run into the... No, it didn't. Alright, and then all my other generator parts are over there. Nice. Yep. Ooh. I filled up on a bunch. I forgot to put the slug back. I'm carrying... Where did I pick you up? Because originally I had parts for half... Oh, maybe I have... Yeah, because I also had motors for the other oil stuff. Well, actually, I might want some motors on me. And frames. I probably had some frames on me. Yep, not quite. The ladder's over there. Yep. Oh, right, we got that. Whatever. It's like, that's not a refinery. Oh, also, this stuff ran out. Alright, quick wire. I don't have a direct line from here. Might actually be a little bit of a problem. I don't really have any place that I buffer that up. Bonk. This is not... Might get a little gassy. Oh, still some guys up here. Alright, it's not moving right now, so wherever we're using this, we should have get at least a stack. Given how much of the map I'd explored, I'd probably say I wouldn't have done most of them. It's really only where I've built stuff up. I guess this is one of the ends I need to be on. Wow. Fell farther than I thought. Oh, is that where the ladder is? No, it's over here. Actually, I probably should have started at the end because you can kind of get a couple of sides from one area. Alright, that would be about to the edge of it, which I think is where we want that to be. Ah. Yeah, let's see. Well, we're going to end up being about even with this stuff, which is not too much farther. Powa! Let's see, what can we do here? Captures... That will be above. The green man wants to be nuclear. All right, so okay, so you're over in Oil Islands. Actually, this is the same one I used for my power plant, except I built over on the land here. So yeah, you boosted it, did the refinery, did a few here, and then a few more up there. All ground level pipes. I guess the riser pipe is over here. Booster starter gens. Okay. Alright, we've done all of that stuff. We should have used up most of those materials. Like... what? Oh. And it's got a pretty nice flow to it. You've got the nice line of processing. It looks like you kind of set things up where just run the pipe along, run the power gens off of that. I wasn't clear if the power plants themselves were in like a. I'd have to go back and look at it. We're in like a. You did two levels, and there was always a power plant above another power plant, so it was kind of like a mirror on the bottom and top. That might have explained. Otherwise, it seemed like the second floor was kind of arbitrary, unless it was just like the two levels of power plants like that. It's a nice little power plant. I mean, I tend not to use the foundations at all, and just kind of do haphazard. So I guess now from here I can do this. I believe over here I've got a bunch of copper. Yeah, that was right. So it's hard to say at what level the pipes are going to be, and they're going to be about 2 to 3 stackers high. I know that. I might need some more space here. We can start establishing. So for rigid turns, we do 2. I mean, one would be enough. Actually, what I'm really looking at is how high do I want my tank? This would be too close here, so you're going to need some space. Went under it. Alright, so somewhere out here. I think it took a 2x2 of these to support an industrial buffer. Don't know which way I'm going to be coming from. Having all these does make it harder to find things. It's more than one. Oh, what is that? Oh, it takes plastic. Was that 50 plastic? 30, so that'll be enough to have one on each line there. Now, of course, I'm organizing this around one for each line. If we start having to do some of these as turbo fuel, things could get a little awkward. Man, I cannot tell what center it is here. Those ladders look a little bit off. Yeah. Don't get very much fall distance with the jetpack. Of course, now I can't tell where the pipes are. A little bit off. Oh, so it's right inside the border there for the outline. All right, what does this look like? Well, that's just about perfect, actually. All right. So, about how far do we get here? Also, how high does this get? It is a slight downslope. Alright, what does this actually look like? Yeah, that is just about perfect. I mean, a slight downslope at this point probably doesn't matter. I just have to put all these explicit things here. Then maybe it will matter for turning into these things. But what we saw was 1, 2, 3, and that wasn't even necessarily all the way to the end of this one. Of course, we may have been a little bit. We're pretty close to the edge there, so we might only be able to get 2 distance-wise. Didn't really line them up to much of anything here. Yeah, this well, okay. If I placed them on the plates, I would be able to grid align them. Up here, we're just kind of guessing. Oh, this could be awkward. Yay. Actually, nope, there's no line to connect to here. Okay. And then copy all that. Actually, do I even... Well, now that I have a better idea how to place it, I might be able to do it from here. Although, I'm still having a little bit of trouble seeing the spot that I want to see. Okay. Okay. Back on jetpack. Alright, we want to have... Are these close enough? Some fluid balancing on this side. I might fluid balance the other side too, but... We've got even generators there or not. This is going to have even incoming pipes. And now... so I did that bridge over there. And it's getting dark. So I'm going to turn off the webcam and acclimate myself to the lights, to the darkness, so I can sleep tonight. All right. Do I care about doing a straighter shot across there? Well, actually, I guess my biggest problem would be if I didn't do some kind of ramp, then I might have to do other things to avoid losing height. Alright, so that one already dropped a little bit, which hopefully won't be an issue. So I've got you on that, Ah, yeah, going back to the other one here, we've got this stuff, which in fact is... well, almost lined up with that little ramp. And then these pipes are kind of over here already. It's by no means the straightest shot to where we're going, but I've got the bridge there. So the stackable pipes would work really well, except I'm not sure I'd like having any height loss there. Well, this is already actually up to 3. And it might be a little bit higher because of the ground. What do we have to do here? That's gonna be kind of bad. That only barely clips. That's gonna have to go up. Can we afford more up? I don't know. Oh, and then we have to get the other tube through. That was already coming in about ground level. Maybe we want to skip over this entire hypertube here. Nice. Actually, I need to be a little bit careful with this, because if I ever have to walk through this area... I might not be able to. I'll not be able to get over there. Just barely short. So our only issue now, I think, is going to be height. Encroaching others' clearance? Okay. And the pipes are filling. Oh, I didn't count how long that was. Because that would be about 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. They go all the way over to the edge. 1 in. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here's something else silly I'm wondering. Can you cross-join these? Because I do want to... Unless those are actually... yeah, they're actually crossing through each other, so... That might not be the best place to do that. Whoop. Ooh. I want this going through here. I might not end up wanting it there, but we'll see. Well, we've got 2 pipes going. So I guess we might as well just take him down and turn, although I might need to fill in a little bit for an intermediate. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that might be a little bit too long. Actually, we're not going to need both of these here. I guess you would take the top one off first? It's a lot of pipe. We've probably done most of our piping by now. Yeah, I was afraid of that. And these, of course, are lined up with an odd spot here. And I actually am running out of concrete again. I guess I technically only need to have an island out here somewhere. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, another 3. So actually, this would be about it. Okay, can't quite jump that. Oh, this is a little bit different situation. We do need one little thing here. And cross these pipes here. I could probably do more of a level cross somewhere around there, but... Alright, now these won't be able to turn on yet. Go to have run power to them. Well, I've got some cable. We'll see if it lasts. Alright, what do we got here? We've got this whole power plant. Which I might actually want to shut this power plant down at some point. That might be better. Might. Yep. Oh, there's the ladder. Alright, what the heck do we do with you guys? We already did this stuff down the center, so I probably won't be able to put power poles down. I could put them on top of the pipes. which would be kind of appropriate and also kind of silly. But otherwise, the only other thing you could do is try to put it like in between two machines, kinda. And then you would actually have a row down each side. Or I could have it go down the back, which I don't really have a whole lot of space for either. So you just pick one side. We won't really be able to hook working from this side, we won't necessarily be able to hook things up to power right away, but it's a more efficient route for me. Yep. The startup seems a little shaky. Maybe I miscalculated my fuel somewhere. Actually, that's very shaky. Okay. Now they are still filling their. I probably caught them while they were still filling up their starting buffers. Or I horribly miscalculated how much fuel I had. Or there is a height problem somewhere that I... Oh, well, there's one. In fact, yeah, I'm only moving one pipe. That's exactly half filled. Because we missed. Welcome back. Now the other pipe can move. Well, that's a shame because I thought we were filling up the entire time. What can't you do? and is currently moving through. You know what? I'd probably do. Let's see. Would I actually be able to walk under this if I did this? Yes. Out of concrete. Well, yeah, you gotta start somewhere. No, concrete's over there. Yeah, lifting a little bit. Pipe. Let's see, 100 a minute. I mean, these pipes are probably able to. It's like 160 for one. Let's see, it's the top one, which would have been actually that would be the pure one, which was more backed up for a bit there. Yeah, the other thing technically ended up with a slightly more. It's got a little bit longer trip. Oh, well, the pipe's filling up. You're not filling up as much. 192 flow. Yeah, we don't expect much crossing. All right, you have a full buffer. You guys are burning as soon as you get it. Yeah, we're still very shaky. Is my math wrong here? Or is this a production side thing? Well, I guess it always produces in batches, right? $160. This end seems very shaky. Maybe the way I've got the pipes run doesn't give it a clear direction to go. Or maybe we've got a little bit too much lift here. Well, we get bursts. We did have to do a little more rise. Yeah, I think we had a little bit too much lift because this section is relatively full and that one is not. Now, is it just a little bit too much lift or is it a lot of bit too much lift? And this section's good. $180. That's pretty close to. I figured 160 peak production for that. And actually, this should be slightly higher because we got that one extra well. We're dropping down again. And that's just from one thing, and that's from the other end. We do have two things coming together. That could be confusing flow a little bit. I wish you had like many in tanks. Might be able to take care of. Oh, you're fully backed up, not necessarily flow rating. Is this another rise situation? Maybe I need pumps. I wish there was a way to get lift counts from other pipe segments without a pump, because the lift ultimately comes down to like here, and you can't just stick a pump there and get a true number. By the time you can stick a pump in it, you're already at the highest level. It's very inconsistent flow. Wait. Did I really miss power? Hooked you up. Hooked that one up. No, that's hooked up. So this pole. No, maybe I did that on purpose, because I was building things up. But I thought that I went and hooked everything up later. And where do you hook up to? Okay, so that explains why this might be a little bit lower. I guess I only hooked up that end. Okay, yeah, you've got your your steam going. You guys got steam going. I never hooked this up either. What do you hook up to? So that had all been pressurized from the pre-production era. We definitely still got some gaps in flow rate. Alright, so we weren't actually drawing some of our power. Oh! We solidified. We're going to have to take some of that back offline when we start switching over to... Well, in order to switch it over to turbo fuel. Yeah, that's still not as high as it should be. But of course, with all of that coming online, that drops the usage rate for all of it. This one's close to what it should be. This is still not. Nuclear is a soon thing, but I've wanted to try out. I've kind of considered that as like the last thing we do, especially if it goes very, very wrong. Oh, geez. So even though that's down, this is picking up the sum total of everything here. Interesting. Maybe there's a little bit of like directional dynamics. It's all going straight down the pipe, so it tends to continue down that way. I mean, motors are one of the... Ooh, something's turning off. One of the sore spots for me. Heavy industrial frames. Okay, so you're struggling a little bit. You're struggling a little bit. You're struggling a lot a bit. Hi. You're struggling a lot a bit. And those aren't even using it full rate. Well, I mean, I guess it's a good thing we got this pipe here to rebalance it. Yep. And it flows back. Well, the sore spots for me, well, some of the sore spots for me have been like motors and heavy industrial frames. So those might be good things to get going. Oh, and then the prerequisites for crystal oscillators is another tight one. You need the quartz and the copper for that, but I guess you need a little bit of copper for motors too. And I forget everything that goes into heavy industrial frames. Okay, so that's getting close to what we expect. That's currently 200. I wonder if we've got some waves in the fluid flow. Okay, so now you're filled up. You're filled up. Oh, right, we did have a drop there where I cut some pipes for a little bit. You are maybe filling up. Yeah. That I don't think that box is ever completely filled up for me. Modular frames. Yeah, and I know encased. Oh yeah, the screws. So that's some of your iron. Well, plus the steel, plus the modular frames. Yeah, that's a lot of iron. Rubber. I know I've seen that one. I don't remember if I took it. I have not taken it yet. I didn't really have the rubber supply before. Now I do. Because my rubber's backed up over there waiting for the all-clad. So I'm going to have to go out searching for crashes again sometime. Yeah, you can't actually see it very well in the fog. Alright, so that's the straight-up fuel plant. I'm actually starting to wonder if the remainder of the space here is going to be enough. But first we have to get the sulfur train running. And we have to make compacted coal. Then we have to see just how much turbo fuel we can make and figure out... I probably should have set this up to be divided up easier. Because I don't know if I'm going to be able to take over like an entire side of it. Maybe I should have actually done them individual runs instead of splitting off the center, because that would have been easier to switch over. I guess I could always just do new generators for that, and then maybe start cutting pipes to the ones at the end over there. Or I can do some space over there or something. So, next step, train station. Well, I've got it. Well, I've got the train there. I don't have any of the conveyors hooked up. That's something I had not thought to do. I've still got a few enough tickets. I think I might want to do something with them, although I think I've unlocked all the stuff. The shredding program has been going well.
Fixit Incorporated does not waste. As a reward for your creative input, I have been given permission to grant you a gift. You can find it in the
So that's
Awesome
where that
store.
is.
I hope you like it.
I was kind of wondering about it.
It was my first solo project.
$20. Okay, that one is not an inventory item. Just plates. A launch pad. Oh, okay. Well, let's drive it first. I mean, I guess plates are cheap. Do I even have a launch pad? I used to have a launch pad. I think I took it down. Yeah, the U-jelly's gone. One slot. Ah. Yeah, it seems like they may have actually physicsed the square wheels. Oh my gosh. Hmm. Trundle, trundle, trundle. Might need a ramp. It weighs nothing. Nice driving seat. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. That wasn't supposed to happen. Why are you doing anything? It was probably about time to end anyway. I don't really know if I have, like, any good place to put that. Yeah. Why? Maybe it changed my app, okay. Oh, complete with broken windows. Yeah, well, I'd say I should aim that towards a lake or something, but it'd actually be a little bit of a tricky shot, given how far that goes. Because that dropped us like from here to here. I guess you could go out to this water, maybe. Well, the vehicle might be indestructible, but I still took fall damage. Which is good to know if I think about driving off cliffs in the future. Because that's perfectly safe in Astroneer. Oh. That's going to give me a ping, isn't it? Well, it does on the map, not on here. Unless it's because I'm too close here. So that was almost took longer than I actually expected. Oh yeah, we're just gonna build a bunch of power plants. Yeah. Oh well, okay. So my preview had an error somewhere. There we go. Thanks for watching. No. Thanks to Emily for bringing some friends. Support from the subscribers and everybody who hosted me. Let me see if I have anything to recommend. This is about when I'm usually on. This is not necessarily an official night for me. Yeah, I'm just seeing what's going on. I'm actually not seeing a whole lot of Satisfactory tonight. Among people I know, anyway. Or I can sort of vouch for. How about some Astroneer? They recently got some automation stuff. I mean, it's not conveyor belts, but I can get a little bit of machinery going. I don't remember. Well, I was doing Astroneer recently, so I might have picked it. It's just Cento up there, or when I was doing Satisfactory stuff last. Look for someplace cool to hang out. It's just Cento, someplace cool to hang out. Any other notes? No. Thanks for hanging out with me. Good night, and until next time.